Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to visiting lecture program with University of Custom and Finance from Ukraine. Welcome to the Honorable Miss Marhaita Parsina as a PhD in Economy Science, Associate Professor of International Economy Relation and Regional Study Department. As for the topic, strategy and technique for building a good negotiation process. Yeah, for Miss Marhaita, you can start for this class today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right now I will do the demonstration of the screen. Can you see it? Is it visible, the screen? Yes?
Yes.
All right. I would like today to talk about the business communication and negotiation techniques. So we will look through the main points of this great topic. So at first we will talk about negotiation skills in business communication, then strategies for success, effective communication in negotiation, and tips for successful business communication and negotiation. So at first, let's look through what is the term, what we understand under the word communication, business communication, and the main points of the meanings of all these terms. So the first, communication. So this is the essence of business and management process. Business communication refers to learning that is shared between people within and outside a business organization, between the people in one organization and also between different organizations. So it's performed for the commercial advantage of the company, and it contains all the relationships between partners and also who helps to succeed the success of the company and who prevails it. So it can also be defined as a spreading of information within a business by its people, or outside with the partners who take part in these business deals and these processes. Business communication is communication that takes place between two or more parties relating to business affairs. Always when students ask, talking about this relationships, they and some simple question when I ask them between how many parties this communication can be, and they few of them only answer that two or more. So the answers often are different. Some of they speak that two parties, some of them three parties, but in the real life, in the reality, business communication, two or more parties. So it's simple questions, but students must know it. And they know, but they are shy to think and express this knowledge. What about negotiation skills in business communication? Negotiation skills are useful to businesses to resolve any differences that arise between different people in a business setting. So we are talking now about business. So negotiation, it's in the business sphere. All workers rely on their communication skills so that the negotiations go smoothly, and hence they need to adopt certain skills for a successful negotiation. These skills are very important in business and is one of the key skills assessed when recruiting employees, and thus negotiation skills are a desirable asset for job candidates. We can say that effective negotiation requires collection of communication and interpersonal skills to get a desired result. We can say that negotiation process need communication skills. and communication skills are the part of the any negotiation process. To say a little about the quotes about the negotiation or the communication, we can say so such of them. I just put them on a slide that some person said that everything is a negotiation. Everything is a little bit of give and take. So when I think that this Lemon Ripper, he expressed this thoughts that he understands that whatever we are talking about, or whoever we are dealing with, we are talking always about negotiation process and giving and taking. We can say that is giving information and taking information on any topic what we are talking about. And what said, for example, Chris Voss, that life is a negotiation. So you're in negotiation all day long. If you want somebody to say yes to anything, you're in a negotiation. If somebody is trying to get you to say yes to something, you're in negotiation. So what would I like to add to this? We can say about anything, or you're saying yes, or you're saying no, any answers and questions and quotes and some you're expressing them your position and even feelings or what your opinions, you are in negotiation. In fact, in the day life we're every time in negotiations with every person or a group of persons, also negotiation in markets, in business, work, at university, with students between themselves. Always it's a negotiation process. Relationships between students and professors, teachers, or some coaches, it's also negotiation. And if we would like to look at this in more detailed way, so are there a difference between negotiation and communication? So if we consider negotiation as a compromise to settle an agreement or issue to benefit ourselves as much as possible. So negotiation is the meaning or the goal of the negotiation is to compromise, to choose the best way to overcome the conflicts or some problems or some tasks, what we're talking about, or some deals. So it's in a perfect way to come to a compromise. It's the goal of the negotiation with less loss, of course. And communication is, we can say about this, it's like a link that is used to negotiate the issue or the argument, and it can be face to face or telephone or meeting or writing or listening on the phone or some discuss or some summit. So it's communication. So it's the link between it is make it to resolve, to solve this also is misunderstandings, or to understand each other, and also go into the to some goal that we are talking about, what we have on our agenda and where we are aiming at. Then also the term communication, we can say that is concerned with the exchange of symbols, messages, or meanings among humans, and is the most common method for exercising leadership. In contrast, communication is concerned with the means, technologies, channels, and media people use when communicating. So to say shortly, communication includes any media, any methods to help to understand each other, to talk to each other, to hear each other. So it's the link and exchange of any type of information to come to better understanding and then to achieve our goals that the parties are talking and what they are dealing with and what they are aiming at. We can say that communicating effectively under the term constructive communication, we can say that this includes employee morale. So this is psychological. Their thoughts about how to come in a better way to goal with less loss, teamwork, also, and this leadership qualities includes here constructive communication and relationship. So this is constructive communication, and it helps to build this in a proper way to achieve the goals. But sometimes happens destructive communication, and when communication starts with a destructive way, it can lead to conflicts, to resentment, to resistance, to rebellion, and loss to all the parties of the communication process. We can say that communication is not just words. So it includes tone of voice, body language, also different also stuff that we'll see a little later. And just right now we can say that it's the principle 7, 38, and 55%. So communication just includes words 7%, tone of voice 38%, and body language 55%. So we can say that gestures, that what the person is saying, how it's saying, and how his information is being perceived. It's also its body language, and it's very important. So every part of this important part, body language is what people see at first, and then they perceive the tone of the voice, and then whatever is person is saying. So we can say that is communication a negotiation skill? Of course, communication in negotiation is the means by which negotiators can achieve objectives, build relationships, and resolve disputes. Most negotiators know that it is the most important tool we can have for successful negotiations. And is it so necessary or essentially? In reality, that negotiation is known as the oldest means of communication that leads to the development of human relationships, continuously adjusting them to the values that are imposed when an agreement is desired regarding their observance or enforcement. So we can say that negotiation has been lots of time and from oldest times, and always people have been aiming at this to make negotiation and communication more smoothly, more pleasant to each other, and to, in fact, to achieving the goals is the main thing, yes. But every one which is coming to this negotiation process, of course, he knows, and consciously and subconsciously he knows that he wants to do it in a pleasant and good psychological way, so to feel good, and that have partners, of course, because negotiations, they will repeat over and over again in one deal, the other deals between two parties, between different parties from different countries, and it includes all these relationships. After that, we can say negotiation skills. They at this very core negotiation skills encompass back and forth communication, designed to reach an agreement between two or more parties who are in conflict. We can say just for example, in a conflict, this situation. So what is back and forth communication? It's short words for backwards and forwards, back and forth. So this communication may be used to describe the process of exchanging messages with someone, either in person, through email, text, or other means. And just for example, this information. So if students hear it the first time, back and forth communication. So this is the example for them. For example, our meeting must have a productive back and forth communication discussing the project's progress. So if they hear this word or just see this, so to say, little, it's not abbreviation, but it's short words for this. Long words, backwards and forwards. So that they knew what is this term mean. So process of exchanging messages between this person. There are, of course, different words to say back and forth communication in other words. We can say it dialogue, we can say discussion. So the best words for back and forth formal conversation. In a professional way, also we can say debate, consultation, consult, conversation, talk, deliberation. So and of course other words, but so all these terms, they encompass this back and forth communication. We can just stop on the topic that communication skill. To say it in a wide way, communication skills, the abilities you use when giving and receiving different kinds of information. So again, we repeat that information can be from different sources. It can be any kind of of information. Some examples include communicating new ideas, feelings, or even an update on some project. Communication skills involve listening, speaking, observing, and empathizing. So it is the component of the communication skill, also psychological, psychological feelings, psychological positions, some psychological elements, they also are the communication skills. What skills required to negotiate in business communication? Let's look more closely to this. Interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills, they are skills between different people. So some students, it happens to be that they mix these two terms, interpersonal or intrapersonal. Intrapersonal, this is, for example, intrapersonal conflict or intrapersonal feelings, they are between in one people. So when a person has a conflict with his thoughts, with himself, so this is intrapersonal. But interpersonal, this is between people, two or more people. And of course, we have social. So I talked to students when we were talking about conflicts in business communication, or whatever conflict it can be. We can say about it three ways. It's intrapersonal conflict, interpersonal, and social. And right now, when we're talking about business communication, we just look to interpersonal skills between two or more people. These interpersonal skills involve proficiency in managing relationships and the ability to interact well with others. As you can see, the term shows that interact with the others person. Person with interpersonal skills is effective in leading change, has good communication skills, and can resolve conflicts through cooperation and negotiation. Very important skill is active listening. So active listening is another negotiation skill in business communication. And we will repeat this not one time. We'll just look closer to this active listening because it's very important. An active listener will not react impulsively in a conflicting situation, if there is a conflicting situation, but rather will listen actively as to what everybody has to say. Try to identify underlying causes and then come to a conclusion. Active listening, this includes listen to every person, which is being in business conflict or business communication or whatever situation can be. Not exactly a conflict situation, can be a very good situation and just negotiations on a good on good vibes, so in good in good psychological way, also to to make this communication process more better. So it's active listening is very important in the communication process. Also important thing is emotional control. Emotional control refers to the ability to control, redirect disruptive moods and emotions and express them appropriately. Emotional control depends on an individual's ability to exercise restraint and control impulses during emotional expression, which is an important factor in business communication. So we can say that emotional control must it refers to every person, and this ability for a person to restrain if there are any negative feelings or something which he is not very he's not in accordance, he is not agree to something, he must express his feelings and his positions in a good way. So we can say that emotional control of every person which is in this communication process, it leads to a better understanding and then to leads to better understanding and resolving of the conflict. Then collaboration and teamwork. So collaboration, that's the ability to carry out effective teamwork, and it's an important negotiation skill in business communication. So the ability to take decisions, to carry out a discussion in a participative manner, take into account and giving value to views and opinions of everyone involved is a great asset for effective negotiation. So teamwork is include this collaboration, manners or collaboration position. So it leads to effective teamwork. So it's the ability to be in this in a good way, in good talking way between different participants of the negotiation process. Then, talking about empathy, some things that's important, some people think it's not very important in the negotiation process, or when communication skills are between families or some friends. So empathy is so say is very good, but when you're in business communication, so do we need this empathy? So let's speak about the empathy as like the ability to share someone else's feelings or experiences. So if we say this situation is in some organization and business process, empathy leads to understanding the not just feelings of the other person. So we're not talking about feelings, so how everybody today is feeling and how it's in just feeling. So we can say that the feelings about and experience on some point of view. Empathy, it also includes the experiences, the feelings of and of experience of on some points, on some understanding on some subject. So it's also empathy. It is the proficiency of understanding the emotional state, mind of others and dealing accordingly. So of course, we must know that what the what every person is thinking, not just about this subject, and what maybe he can take examples, what can which he can add to some matter what is being discussed, and on these feelings, on his experiences of every person of the negotiation process, we can understand, do we need to take this plan or some strategy, or we must just analyzing the experiences of what is being said of the different people who is in this negotiation process. We can say what we must do, which steps we must take um, to move to our aim, to our goals, and do we need something to analyze and to change in our strategy. But of course, empathy is arising in the process of communication, and not just we're just sitting and sitting and analyzing what is the empathy and what is every person is feeling. We just look into our goals, why we're here in the business communication, what do we want to, what are we aiming at, what do we want to reach, and then what every of us has the experience of business communication with, maybe on this matter, maybe not on this matter, but some alike matter like this sort of this situation, maybe with different companies, maybe with different countries, and analyzing all this platform, have this blast of information, and we can talking about mistakes, we can talking about wrong points, right points, experiences, and this is their empathy, what has been comes to the light, empathy. And this people high on empathy are self-disciplined, competitive, and initiative. They are resourceful and determined. So of course they are confident. They are understandable. I would like to say that. So they're just not the first time they're talking about empathy points in even in business communication, even in some serious matters. It also is needed empathy, patience. So it is also psychological like point, like a sort of empathy, but patience. Patience just is an also negotiation skill, important negotiation skill, which is very important in business communication. Person who possesses patience is able to respond rather than react, and is not impulsive in taking decisions. So whatever we say about different communication process, negotiation process, we can say that people who are experiencing this way, they are not impulsive, they are patient, they're empathetic, they are able to understand, able to react in the right way, they're able to take decisions, they are possessing patience, and it's visible from the to the other participants of the negotiation process. Communication is effective when both persons or group communicate patiently and are able to carry out a peaceful conversation. Of course, a peaceful conversation is so we can lead to be able to lead to peaceful conversation. Patience is needed. And, I think everybody is agreed with that. Then confidence. Confidence is one's own beliefs and opinions, important in negotiation in business communication. While negotiating, an individual must put forth one's views with complete confidence and assertiveness, and reach an agreement or conclusion with which is beneficial to all. Confidence make you trust. So between these between people who are in the communication process, it's very important. So they can be confident and they show this confidence. Because other person of the communication process, they feel this position, they feel this innate confidence, innate this feelings or position of the other person. They feel individuality of each person. And whatever you can say in words, also on a subconscious way, we can feel and understand what the other people are feeling, and are they confident or they are not confident. So can they be assertive in some way? Can they reach an agreement? Are they confident in a beneficial way to all, to which we can when we are reaching these our goals, our aims. Then we can see just on this graphic that negotiation styles. We can say that talking about assertiveness or cooperativeness, we can this four, or I would like to say 5 negotiation styles. So we can say that it's competitive style, collaborative style, avoiding style, accommodating style, and compromise. So we can say that competitive style is meaning that that the person is aimed to win at all costs. So this style is called win-lose. More good or better of this all is collaborative style. It's win-win situation when assertiveness and cooperativeness is at high level. Avoiding style, this is the worst style, the worst position of the persons, of the people who are in this negotiation process. So this lose. So everyone is losing. When you have low level of assertiveness, low level of cooperativeness, it's of course avoiding position. It leads to losing of the both sides. To the both sides of negotiation process. Accommodating style. So it's the lose to win, so to say. It's when we have assertiveness, low level of assertiveness and high level of cooperativeness. Also with the goal which we are aimed at is compromise. So, and we just look more deliberately at every style. Competitive style. So we can say back one slide of a competitive style is win-lose when we have high assertiveness and low cooperativeness. This is cooperative style. So when it is needed, when we need quick decisions, when we need decisive action, when decisive action is vital. When is, for example, when is an emergency. The next point, when it's good competitive styles on important issues, when unpopular courses of action need implementing. For example, cost cutting in the organization, enforcing unpopular rules, discipline. On issues vital to company welfare when you know you're right. And also when you need to protect yourself from people who take advantage on non-competitive behavior. This is competitive style. So competition, when it's the main point is an emergency. An emergency, and when you think you have no choice, and this is the quickest, fastest way to aim at the goal. Then let's talk about collaborative style, and we can see that it is collaborative style. It's when win-win situation, when we have assertiveness and cooperativeness on high level. Please, if you have any questions, you can just interrupt me and just ask him. So maybe switch the light, or maybe it will be good for me for like so. When you have some questions, you please just I can stop and we can talk about this more deliberately, more in detailed way. So not so to make not a very this not so speech can be not dry, or say that more vital. to vital the speech, to vital this information, lecture, to so to say back and forwards communication. So let's back to collaborative style, and when it is needed, when you need to find an integrative solution and the concerns of both parties are too important to be compromised. When your objective is to learn and you wish to test your assumptions and understand others' views. The next point, when you want to merge insights from people with different perspectives on the problem. When you want to gain a commitment by incorporating others' concerns into a consensual decision. So we might say that is the aim of this collaborative style. It is integrative solution. It contains integrative solution. It contains consensual decisions. It contains incorporating. It contains assumptions on the subject, the whole objectives which can be compromised, concerns which can be compromised. The last one, when you need to work through hard feelings that have been interfering with a relationship. So it's the aim of the collaborative style is also contains, it includes good relationship. So we must not forget about this and find the integrative solution. Avoiding style, this is our the next style, avoiding. So taking back to the picture, avoiding style is the worst style when we lose. So it's lose situation when the assertiveness and competence is at low level. Avoiding style. But sometimes it's also some parties of the negotiation, they take this style, they manifest it, they so when it can be taken when an issue is unimportant, or when other more important issues are pressing. So when we're not talking about a very important thing or not very important matter, when you perceive no chance of satisfying your concerns, for example, when you have low power or you're frustrated by something that would be very difficult to change. So when others propose some solution and you're not interested in this matter, not very interesting, or they're on the agenda, there are more different things, and you don't want to lose your energy to come to some commitment on some point, and of course we take this style, avoiding styles. So to say, can we say this avoiding? Why is it avoiding problems, or avoiding to put your energy to share your ideas to or some to implement or invest yourself in this solution of some conflict situation or some business situation. Then when the potential costs of confronting a conflict outweigh the benefits of its resolution. When some points are on the high level, when the benefits of the or some resolution, when we don't interested in resolution, in fact, there are some situations where parties of the negotiation process, they are not interested in resolution, they are not interested in good. So to say good decision in decisions that will make this agreement out of the conflict situation. And then avoiding style also then some points when person can take this avoiding style when you need to let people cool down, to reduce tensions to a productive level, and to regain perspective and composure. Then when gathering more information, other weighs the advantage of the immediate decision. So then again, that we don't need not only very good decision, but we don't need an immediate decision. So with and some gathering some information, some this experience of this business, this business maybe conflict, maybe some situation, negotiation situation, so to say. This is the benefits of this situation, just to gather experience, to gather information, so they can gather information for some situations in future. But they can gather information so to know how to make strategy or how to behave themselves in the future. Then, when others can resolve the issue more effectively. So when you understand some persons or some parties of this negotiation process, they understand that they're not able to resolve this situation. They're not able to propose some a good way to resolve this conflict situation, or not they able, or not, they don't want, or they reckon that other people are more able to resolve the situation, and they allow this to resolve the situation more effectively for the other people. And also this is avoiding style. Then when the issue seems tangential or symptomatic of other more basic issue, no, it's the same what we're talking about. That's not at the not as the goal, not the basic issue. They're just gathering experience. They're just gathering information. They are just in the negotiation process out of their own thoughts or some their little, I would like to say, little targets. So they are gathering maybe energy, information, and to know what to do in the future with the whole of this. So in this, when negotiation process contains this style, it's no way that will be a good result of the situation can be made. It's so to say, it's one of the steps of this long chain, but maybe in the future there will be a good negotiation process between these parties, and they can do this with another style, with different approaches to make the whole situation to make this good, to go there to make them in leadership, and they can say that they can be very successful to build successful negotiation and to achieve their targets. Then an accommodating style as the last style, accommodating, we can take back a little to the picture. Accommodating is when lose to win. So when we have cooperativeness high level and assertiveness low level. And back to this points of the accommodating style. When it can be in the real life, when you realize that you are wrong, you allow a better solution to be considered, to learn from others, and to show that you are reasonable. So the best way is the winning in this situation for individual is that he shows that he is reasonable, and he can allow for the other persons to take this solution, to consider a solution for other person. And also, of course, parties of the negotiation process, they would like to have reasonable people in their process negotiation, and they want in the future they will want to communicate with a reasonable person. So the next, when the issue is much more important to the other person than it is to you. So if you see that in this negotiation process you are not very important to you, it will be this way or it will be that way, but you see that it's important to the person who is not, or the part of the person of the other business, which is with you in the business situation. This is important to him, and this will lead to your collaborative work and to your good communication in the future. So you can let to satisfy the needs of others, and as a goodwill gesture will be to help maintain cooperative relationship. So this is accommodating style in this situation can lead in the future to a cooperative relationship. Also, When you want to build up social credits for later issues that are important to you. Of course, it's elements that contains the accommodating style. It is logical. So you are building social credits for the future. You know what can be something will be important for you in the future with this person, with this parts of the business communication negotiations. You allow them to make that decision, and they see that you're reasonable. They see that they can trust you, and they will want to have deals with you in the future. And you are able to allow other person to uh, take his decision. Also, it's not a very good situation when you understand that you're outmatched and losing, and the more competition only would damage your cause. Of course, there are some situations in life and in business that you can take some steps forward, and then you understand that you need some steps backwards. And you can say that you can understand that you can take, for example, 3 steps forwards and then 2 steps backward, and then again 3 steps forwards, and then some situation and you take 1 step backwards. And then sometimes you have to take the steps backwards then to make even more steps forwards. So there's a situation in every person's life and in business situations when some party of the business communication can be outmatched and losing. And if they're reasonable, they understand that competition will damage his position, will damage him as individual or as a partner, even if he will persist in some not unreasonable things. He will lose all the partners or reasonable partners, which will have, which will want to have deals with him later. Then, when preserving harmony and avoiding disruption are essentially important. Of course, there are some, and in real life and business, important. Harmony is important, of course, not for in subconscious way. It's for every person, for every part of the business, but only if you can make. Even go to these styles, and they're able to lose some deals maybe, but preserve harmony and avoid disruption. And then out of his competitor, he in some situation in future he can make a partner, and this is the situation which can lead to good result, good relationships in the future. Then, when you want to help your employees develop by allowing them to learn from their mistakes, when the employer gives stability for employees to learn on what they have done, to analyze their mistakes, and to learn the future, not only on mistakes of their partners or some competitors, but also on their own mistakes. And this is he understands, the employer understands that this is an experience to the employees, and they learn. So to say, they learn from this, and they take the benefits of it. They become very strong in communication skills. They're strong in dealing with different situations. They have experience. Even every losing situation is an experience, which can be the work on the mistakes on which can lead to the success in the future. When the most beautiful this is compromise. So if you remember, it's on the slide on this picture, it's in the middle. So we can say that yes, of course there is a collaborative situation, but a compromise. When is a compromise? Of course, it's a situation when every part of the communication is losing something and winning something. But it's the mutual losing and winning, and in the whole process, they win more than they lose. So talking about compromise, we can say that when goals are moderately important, but not worth the effort or the potential disruption involved in using more assertive mode. So the parties of the business communication, they understand that they're very important, their goals, but when they don't want potential disruption, they don't want disruption in maybe some energy, maybe some resources, and also psychological individual resources. They can also come to this comes to this, and they are just talking about that. What is it something worth for in this situation? So if we gain this and this points, we lose in the whole process. We lose more, or maybe or we win more, or we can just sit here and analyze. Compromise. It just we can it lose it happens to be that it leads to winning at all in all situations, in all our process. But more often there are times when every business or negotiation process and some a deal on some problem, it leads to some lose. But losses there are not so much. They can overcome them. These two or more parties, they can overcome them in the future. So if they're in compromise way, they're just aimed at the compromise, they become more partners than in the until this situation, and they in this partnership, and they are just can lead to their successful and leadership in the future. So they don't need to take this assertive modes. They just don't need to some become to disruption ways of this overcoming of the overcoming of this problem. So when compromise is also very good when two opponents they are with equal power. They're strongly committed to mutually exclusive goals. For example, labor management bargaining. So that's where there are mutual goals, and they understand there are equal power, and so to say very strong competition between them can lead to disruption. So it's good to come to the compromise, and the opponents will win more than they will lose in this situation. Then, when you want to achieve a temporary settlement of a complex issue, so that happens to be that every negotiation process is not the last process, and between these parties and this participants of the negotiation process, it's not the last time, and to build a platform for relationships in the future, it's better to achieve temporary settlement of some issue. So to come to the compromise for temporary, it's not if something you don't want to be the matters like it is just right now. Just it can be temporary settlement, or so to say settlement, even if you're losing a little, but then you can just for a next negotiation process, you can, or some meeting, you just can say to the others, to your partners, participants of this process, you can say that you want to change some matters, and it's important to you something that to be done in a different way. So, but you agree just right now for a temporary settlement of this issue. Then when you need to arrive and experience solution under time pressure. So when you have little time, when you just need to make urgent solution, and you arriving at this experience solution, and you just agree to the compromise because it's lack of time. As a backup mode when collaboration or competition fails. So this we can say that just something is not very successful. We can take this backup mode in some situation. We can say that the ability to attract deals requires skills, knowledge, and awareness. Of course, this we talked a little about this awareness. So every process of negotiation needs awareness of the whole situation, of the whole losses of the wins, which can be of some strong sides of the opponent or the partner's strong sides, weaknesses. So there comes here to make the whole aware of the situation. There are some methods that will require SWOT analysis, SWOT analysis, how to say, were said in Ukrainian, but in so in abbreviation, so to talk about it more deliberately. SWOT is strength of the opponent or the partner, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, or the business partner of the business unit, so to say. Negotiation effectively is accepting the solutions you are faced with. When it comes to negotiation, most of us are not very good at estimating our abilities. So of course, and there are some negotiations. They oftentimes they're just stressful situations can be, and the person just forgets about his abilities. He doesn't. He reckons he can do more than he can do. He forgets about some or abilities or some experience which he had, and only when he have trust to the partner and he can just to not say to remember, but just to recall this is what he is able to do. But when experience comes and it's a good negotiator, you can increase your business dealings and make a successful endeavor. Negotiation skills and business communication are important as these are some of major skills that are assessed today before recruiting employees. Some people already possess the skills, while others can continually practice to develop the skills for effective communication and performance. What can we say that just out of nowhere there cannot be negotiation skills. It's always practice and not just theory, but you can read the theory or you can read books just for example, for the employer. He can read books, he can read information, how to become a good negotiator, but when he has practice, exactly the practice makes out of him good negotiator, and all these positions, all these skills which can rid of this of them and practice them in communication process with his employees. And only out of this he can become a good negotiator, and it's not just it will arise and just right here. It can be like so, just time and practice. And also the work on himself, because you're not working on yourself. Just these skills cannot just arise within you or become to you, or you will not just out of nowhere possess this skills or these psychological positions or mindful, thoughtful positions to this process. And how how can develop communication and negotiation skills. Also, we were talking about actively listening, communicating clearly, managing emotions, fostering collaboration, adapting the communication style to the audience negotiators, and which can build trust, understand each other's needs, and reach mutually beneficial agreements. So, of course, the goal of the whole negotiators it's with less lose to be able to become to mutual understanding, to mutual beneficial agreement, and all the wise people and skillful, I will say, experienced people in this negotiation process, they can reach this beneficial agreement. Because they understand each other's needs, they are able to know what other people to know what other people need. So not every person is able to know that. because they can ask, but they're not listening to the answer. They don't possess actively listening. They can ask, and then they're in their whole mind they just thinking about what they want to ask, and they're not listening to the answer, or they listening to the answer just a verbal answer, and they are not so in this with his mind they're not in this process. They can just see what's on the surface, and they're not don't go to the depth of this process. So the mutual understanding only can be when you're actively listening and you're communicating. So when you can this manage your manage your listening. So it starts from yourself. So every partner, every person in the communication process must start from himself. And there are some problems. You can just start from himself, and then also to try it to understand why some situations are happening and why something is not maybe destructive some negotiation process. If it's happened to be so, why is it? What are the mistakes? What is his um, what is his mistakes, and his what he must be thoughtful of, what he is maybe some missed, maybe he misunderstood somebody, maybe he is was a bad listener and or was a bad communicator or bad manager, or he didn't want to be such like this, and is also so analyzing all these problems, and to develop the skills will lead to mutual understanding, to mutual beneficial agreements. Also, additional communication skills will also we can add to this to every process. So it is friendliness. So it's not very friendful like in real life, but politeful. So in a politeful way, we can of course to say that we're businessly friendly. So to say the position business friendliness, so to say. So it's not just your very so to say intimate zone. It's just friendliness in a business. So in the business field, just like so. Then offering taken feedback, of course, and we just will look through open-ended questions. So what will lead to this offering and taken feedback? What we must also to make other people to be with us with feedbacks, and then volume and clarity. So it's to the way of speaking at volume, and there are some people there are very not so shy, but they are not very loudly speaking. So very it's hard to listen to them because they're somebody saying under their nose, and they don't have this clarity, or somebody's talking very in volume, but they very mixed speech, so to say. What is the problem to many negotiators, and it needs practice to become to clarity in this in communication. Respect. It's psychological, this ability, respectful relation to the others. So it's very important in every communication. So if you like that others will be also good as if you're good to the others, there will be with good attitude to you. If you're with a bad attitude to the others, you don't wait for the others to be with good intentions and a good attitude to you. With others, we can say that what are words? You must use words to show that you're knowledgeable, credible, trustworthy, honest, dependable. And just everyone knows that, but it's just to think more deliberately on this, knowledgeable. So make the information, gathering the information of some question which you are speaking on credible. So credible just so to say that like synonym to the trustworthy. So we must possess our must speak ourselves and behave ourselves like to be to if we want others to trust us. So we must act in a trustworthy way. Honest, of course. It's not if you want a serious partnership and leadership between partners in a negotiation in some managed situations and business situations. It's important that you don't lie. You have to be honest, dependable. Dependable. We're every person which is in a communication process is interdependable. They're interdependable, and they're in the whole process. They are in the whole boat, so to say, and they must resolve the situation together. So it's interdependence. Then, of course, we can avoid words that are demanding. So when we're talking to the other person, it's demand something is very bad. So it will not lead to the trustworthy. It will not lead to the good attitude from the other person. Demeaning. So we must not put ourselves upper to than the others are. So we are equal. We must not act ourselves badly. So we're equal. We're not higher than he is, and he is not higher when we are. We are equal in this process if we are in this whole boat. So we just take this matter to view, to analyze, and to make decisions to this matter. We're in the whole boat. So equal and mutual position understanding is requireable. Discriminatory, of course, like the meaning is must be avoid this position. Offensive, of course, we must avoid offensive words, not only words, but also feelings, because everything is, so to say, feelable. The other persons can feel if you're not speaking of this some offensive words, but they can feel your attitude towards them. Because as we look through the first slides, there were position pose of the body is gestures. There are 55% in the communication process, and this attitude is visible to the others. Your attitude is visible to the others. How you feel to the others people, and do you want to work with them, or you don't work to work with them, or you want to win at all costs, or you want to demean them, or you want to offend them, or in some negative way to ruin maybe their positions, maybe their attitude. So, and this is readable, it's visible. Words also, we can say that overuse, the last position, overused words, it's also can be that not very good. So words they repeat and repeat again, and yes, there are situations when a person from different countries and they're speaking in maybe English language, and it's not native to the speakers from one side, from the other side. It's difficult to not overuse words because there's a situation when you don't know similar words, or you forget when in the communication process you forget some words. It's I know that happens all the time because it needs more practice, but you must try to avoid these words. So and that's practice, that's learning the words, and you then you can even out of this with every negotiation process you can go step up higher and higher when you have more practice. So we just put here what said Ralph Waldo Emerson, American essayist, lecturer, and poet. And what you do speaks so loud, I can't hear what you say. Of course, we can say words very necessary, but what you show with your body, with your attitude. It shows who you are. And I think this in some out of practice with his lectures, he just he shared his thoughts that some people maybe what he speaks or what the some people do that it speaks often more loudly than what they are saying. Then let's about non-verbal communication. And just and just for thoughtful process. What do you think of someone who talks too fast? So just to just think of this. Do you agree when person is talking fast? Or it's more than he is some person which more slowly, and even I know some person which talking too slowly, maybe because they don't know how to. They are remembering words. Maybe they are just not don't know what they want to say, or not they confident their position. Different situations. But I think it's good when a person is too slowly talking too slowly or talks too fast. What do you think of someone who speaks too slowly? It's a second to what I told right now. What is high pitch associated with them? What is a high volume of shouting associated with them? And what does it mean when someone says, "Watch your tone"? So is it offensive? Yes, there are some situations when a partner is, I would like not, I would like to say not shouting, but he speaks very loud, speaks volume. So this such expressions to speak volume, speaks aloud too highly, maybe his tone is too high, and it's not very pleasant to hear this, and people don't like this very when they cannot hear the person, and when the person is shouting to strongly on high volumes. So there is to say when someone says "What's your tone?" It's between friends. It's when or partners. They are just not in business communication. When in life they're really friends, they can say "What's your tone?" But in you're just dealing with a partner which you're the first time in negotiation process in some deal matter, you just met him the first time or even the second time, and you're in business relationships, so you must avoid such words, "Watch your tone," because it can be offensive. Or you can just say a little more politely, say, "Can you speak more slowly?" Or "Can you please not little not please not shout," but you can say not very loud. Say please not in a very loud voice. I understand what you're trying to say, or just can you just give me a few minutes? I just want to may I rephrase your words, or you can just re-ask something. What you're here talking, you can just yourself make questions to this person and say, "If you're rephrasing, if you understand you very good, can I ask you, you mean this or that?" And when you're starting to talk more than he just maybe a little calm down when he's on high volumes, or maybe he's nervous. Some people when nervous they speak volumes. Some people are very shy when they're nervous. So it depends on individuality. And of course, if you're not in the first time and not in one time with the partner, business partner, and you want to deal with him in the future, you can just try to understand him and try to get this mutual understanding, your mutual position, and then you just will make this talk every time more and more pleasant, in a pleasant way. You can build this talk, build these negotiations together. So it's like in a family, people, they're building their relationships when they are trying, when they want this mutual understanding, they want this harmony, and also in business. So I would like to understand, at least understand, and the goals of each other, and to, if you're understanding, you're working with it, and not a year or two, or maybe part of your life, or most time of your life you're in the business, and with these partners, and you, of course, uh, you have to go this, you have to get this mutual understanding, or it will be hard to you, it will be hard to them, and they will not want to deal with persons who are very who are not want to go to this compromise in the communication skills. We can say that what cues can say with visual. Let's talk about visual cues. We can watch in this process of negotiation. Facial expressions, of course, you can say that there are different facial expressions uh, when persons deal with some situation. There are hard situations, there are soft situations, or some interesting or very not interesting situation. But the facial expression, and when you're communicating with the other person, you at least must show that you're, if you want to deal with him or want to get your goals, of course, it's better for you to express your good attitude, and it's on the face, so the person will see this on the face. Eye contact. Eye contact. It's need to you need to show that you you can this see person in the eyes. And you not avoid this eye contact, because it the other person can say that you are something, maybe don't want to say, or you have some secrets, or you're not open in this you're not open to, you don't have open attitude towards some situation, and they don't like hidden people who have some secrets, even they don't talk and speak about what they think on the concrete situation, and it's not also so good. It's not trustworthy. So you must keep this eye contact. Gestures, of course, it's gestures must be at the and they will be at every negotiation process, because it's hard to avoid these gestures. It's naturally. So when a person is don't have gestures at, or very few of them, it's very person is can maybe to maybe some confident people, they can just they will not gesture a lot. They're confident in themselves, maybe they hide something, but as practice shows that a person who gestures he helps to express his feelings, and he's more trustworthy. And of course, it's not in business not very good when you're expressing your thoughts like Italians, maybe there are over gestures. So it's very expressive, and it's good for friends, relationships in between friends, maybe where when you're just not in serious deal, in serious communication. Gestures be so I would say balanced, and in some not very much, not very little, and it needs to you need to be aware of, do you need these gestures in this concrete situation, in this concrete negotiation process. Posture, so that's like body language. So to say that you don't put your hands to the sides, don't make your hands crossed. This how you say, how you don't look from up to down on your partner. So make it that your body shows that you are in good attitude towards your partner. Proxemics. Let's talk about what proxemics means. It's distance, let's say position. We can say use of space, and there are four distances which has been reviewed in proxemics. It is intimate distance, personal distance, social, and public distance. That's also we can say that intimate space is less than 1 meter. Then personal space when a little bit than 1 meter to till 2 meters. Social space and public space. Social space that's about little more than 1 meter, 1 and 2, as you can see on this slide. So when business communication is, of course, social space, a social situation, we don't need to come to the personal or to intimate space, but we must keep the distance. And even friendly relationships between people in organizations in negotiations now the whole this process negotiation process, it requires or social public space that's there are groups of people, there are some conferences, there are some gathers, meetings, and social space, and we have in narrow circle, we have some negotiations, communication, narrow circle. So it's the social space that's right. Okay. All right. Some writing questions. We just a little later maybe, or just to answer right now what you wrote right here, or in the end of it, this presentation. What do you say?
It's flexible from your side, Miss. If you will answer after the end of presentation, it's okay, and now also it's okay for the question. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yes. It's not very good to hear. So if there is something I don't understand, please repeat. All right, maybe I re-question because maybe it's not very all right. And please say, do we need some break or something? Maybe because I have this just the third part of this presentation, but we just maybe as you would like, maybe all right, let's talk about this chat, how to make a business communication or negotiation for the businessman in order right now order their company. So I would was writing to me that how to make business communication on the negotiation for the businessman in order the company becomes a business partner in the long term. So it's about trust. Just in this business world, you start up with some deal with maybe one business partner the first time, and then you just when you have some good when you have some this project, you have good project, when you just came to the mutual leadership or some gainful result from this project, you already have this business partner, and maybe this partner will show your contacts and talk about you to the other partners, and you have you are starting on this step. Just it's a long term, yes, it's a long way to become business partner for a long term, and you have to be trustworthy, you have to possess this communication skills and this you have to be reasonable, not only the psychological skills, of course, you have to be knowledgeable. If you are making some projects with business partners, you have to know what you're talking to, what you're dealing with. Because even if you're a good person and you're not knowledgeable in some way, in some field, it's hard to become a good businessman in this field. So you must read and get knowledge and to take part in more projects. Try to make these partners, to find them, to propose your visions in some deals. Maybe have some interest in different projects, and then there are some negotiation discussions, some little meetings. Just try to meet for little meetings. Maybe you have to propose something, partnership, and just there good probability that even if you have not of them to whom you propose your partnership, if you're working on yourself and you're making it step by step and you just trying to propose your visions of some problems, and you will get this project, mutual project, to or when you have in this some project you have many problems and you overcome it. Every overcome problem with your partner will do this will do good to you, and you will be able to overcome problems or some situations more and more. And you will have, of course, notable projects. There can be not very successful projects, and there can be successful projects. So to make these partners, be activity and skills, as we look through this, communication skills, right? Negotiation skills, and also knowledgeable aspect, knowledge, and also activeness. So you must be in business active. You don't sit and wait when somebody is phoning to you or propose something to be done, some project. You are also must be active business partner, and to propose and to in your solutions or some projects. And then when you have 1, 2, and 3 partners, it will be easier and easier. So with some of them, you can just be you can work later in the future. In some with some, their life can not always you will do all your projects together, but you can this so to say, to create this business web, and you will be more people will know about you more and more, and so they are talking to other businessmen, and those businessmen were talking to others, and so this is like to create a web, and you can have this different different ways, modes to show your information about yourself, and to let people know about yourself, and you just not on this through internet, through meetings, through some summits or some conferences or some gatherings, and even friendly gatherings and business gatherings. So, and just like must feel this, how you must feel the attitude other persons, other businessmen towards you. If something is not good, so you just try to understand why it's not good, or why other people don't want to deal with you, and maybe you must think maybe something is wrong you are doing, or maybe you're not doing something, you're not doing something wrong. Maybe you just not don't need to attach those people, and don't need to work with that people. You searching for others partners. So it's always the same, but not be in a passive way. You just take step by step. I don't. So, like said, Martin Luther King, he said that you don't need the whole staircase to get us to success. You just take the first step. Just when you take the first step, you just the other steps will show up to you, and you will see that again and again. When you have one step, and you will see the others, what steps you must take in the future, and so you will not see the whole road. You just will. No one will tell you the whole road, the whole this workbook or these instructions how to take the step by step. So this is just skills. It is just tips what you can do. As communication tips, just tips you can think, and you can just something maybe you are possessing right now. Maybe you're good at everything which you have heard today. Maybe you are possessing everything is good skills. Maybe you're something you're not. Maybe you're something new to you. You can just think of this and say to you, yes, of course, I will take it, and I will make myself to know better skills and to practice them. And maybe you will say, no, I don't need it. Maybe I have different skills which make me successful. So you're just it's intimate, it's individual matter. So it's not just instructions for all, but you must know that no one no one in the whole world will not give you some instructions, some rule book, how you will act from time to time, from step to step. No one will show you how to act in different situations. You must just take decisions yourself. They can get you information in internet. You can search some questions to think about, some tips, or other people will give you some advice. But you're just also you need to think yourself. Do you need this, and will you take it? If you're not interested, you say, no, I'm not this interesting for me. I have my ways, I have my skills, and I have my position. So it's your right to do this. But if you're interested, you say, yes, good, it's okay. I will take this knowledge and I will try to try them in my life, and I will try to make my life better using these skills. So it's up to you. So it's so just take your right. So what you think, what you feel, so is always a match. So every single time, no exceptions, you take your steps. You're on your own, and you thinking on your own, and others the world around you, it just proposes this to you, and something you get and something you don't get. So but you have your own right from nature to do as you like, as you choose to do it. So and here what role do the organization's visions and mission statements play in the context of strategic management? How do they contribute to the long-term success and sustainability of the business? So if I understood that organization, of course, when they become to their relationships with other organizations, of course, they have, every organization have a mission. They have own statements and visions. And what is strategic management? So this is the tools to become to some goal, to attach some, to gain some goals, so to say. And strategic management needs when the organization, they have their mission. When they have mission, then at first they are just creating organization. They think what they will do right here in this organization. Why do they exist? What they are doing? Why do they need this activity, this business? Why do they need? If they understand, if they can answer the questions, why do they need this, and they see what they must do so to have this, what they need, and what they need in the future, what steps do they need to achieve those goals. That is organization's vision. With what organizations they need to act with. So it's also decisions. So organization's vision. And this is this comes to the life strategic management. It learns how to overcome some problems, how to the word manage. So let's manage the situation, manage the problems, manage within ourselves, manage within people in our organization, manage with people from different organizations between during our project, and um, contribute to the long-term success and sustainability of the business. Also, if when two or more firms, organizations, they have their missions. They have clear vision of what they want. They have clear. They are not just choose. Oh, I'll go and have a deal with this partner because I don't know why I have the deal with him, but I just try with him. No, it's not like that. They know their own mission. They get the information of the other organization. What is the mission of the other organization, and should we deal with them, and why do we need them, and why do they need us? So if they understand they have their mutual goal, when they can have mutual projects, they're gathering meeting, they're talking, they're communicating, and do they need to make some projects together, or don't they don't need each other? So it's the whole mutual decision. And to gather success, it's always work. If they understand it, they can together do the project. Even something is successful, something is not, but they have this vision and they have this strategy. They are moving together. Every organization is making a plan, making strategy, and then they have between these organizations, so they not just like that, they doing these meetings. Every meeting, every communication, every negotiation process have this goal. So not just like they want to talk to each other, they are dealing with some problem. They're analyzing, they're talking on this. There is many ways to resolve some problem. There's brainstorming, there's analyzing, so it is a different lecture to see all the tools and what can be to make a better solution. And as I can say that no one will tell you how to act in this or that situation. No one will give you ready information, ready part to this part of information and knowledge in the some concrete situation. Every situation, every project, what the organizations are dealing with, they really gather information. They're speaking what is the responsibility of every part of this project, of this process, of this not negotiation process, but on the reaching their goal. What is responsibilities of the parties? What is responsibilities of every person who is working in each of the company? What is what they need to do? Every of them to take these steps to get themselves to this point when they're aiming at. And maybe this strategic management, yes, they can say their terms, but not it will be so maybe good, maybe some not will be smoothly, so to say. They can not be at the maybe at the time they wanted to reach this goal. Maybe it will be later in the future. But they just, if something they're not at the time, they're gather a meeting, they gather another negotiation process that they analyzing, they're talking why something is good and why we just it's good, we manage that, and why something is fail, why whose is responsibility, why this is has failed, this some points of our whole project, our aiming to this target. So and his long-term successful and sustainability of the business. So it's sustainability of good projects. There is no possible sustainability can be in business. So but there will be and losses and gains. And there's no exception because it can be that everything is good and every part of time it can be losses, it can be failed projects, but experience will rise more and more of every person who is included in this this negotiation process in this business process, so to say. But because negotiation process is part of a little part of this because of this business because there will be many negotiation communication process in this all right. So is it was writing to me is all right, and do you have maybe questions?
Okay. Yeah, for the question, we will give in at of the presentation, end of presentation, Miss.
I switch off, right? Switch off presentation.
No, it still have a 20 minutes again, and also continue with the Q&A session. Okay,
In
thank
15
you.
in 15 minutes, yes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Miss Margarita. You can continue the presentation, and for the time is 20 minutes again, Miss.
Okay. Right now, or in
Right now. Okay.
right.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And can I ask for 2 minutes break? All right. 2 minutes. All right. Thank you. All right, and I would like to, it's There are some more slides, but I think we'll not be able to look through this. But this something we can just little to talk about. And what about questioning? About what? Why do we ask questions in this communication process? So questions are we need to gain or provide information, obtain participation, check understanding or interest, get people to think, reach agreement, and discover differences. Of course, when we need to, with this whole, we need to understand better what is the position of each partner of the communication process. So we this whole is of course questions, especially open-ended questions. They lead to providing information, participation. Every participant of this whole process is becoming this whole participation. We're checking interest and understanding of each person of this communication process, negotiation process. It's better to reach agreement, of course, or at least to know the position of the this participants of the project. Of course, discover differences. So the differences or the meaningful this processes of each partner of this negotiation process. Then, of course, there are good or not good questions. We can say that strategies for asking good questions, asking open-ended questions. So the good questions, of course, is questions which show interest, follow-up questions. So it's questions which we can just rephrase and question them again and to know more detailed information. Ask what could do. Ask what could be done better. So when you're just asking the other person and the question, and you just ask, do you think there's somebody's your own opinion, or do you think somebody's can be better than I just proposed to you? So this is questions open, and they are just following up questions. Don't ask a question if you already know the answer. Just repeating the questions if it shows up and over and over again, it can be lead to not very good position and attitude towards a partner. So and just questions to think to the students, or what do you think is true or false? Effective listening is as important as effective speaking. Second point, most people are as good at listening as they are at talking. And the last one, college students listen to about 50% of what is said and remember only 25% of the content after 2 days. So, and what do you think is true or not? So we just you can just thinking over it, and I come to the wanted to show you. Maybe you have known why is listening so important. So just anecdote just to show you, just not from this theoretical information. I think maybe you have read about this anecdote, or hear it in some way from somebody, but I will repeat them. So we just about between United States and Canadian authorities, a conversation between United States Navy ship and Canadian authorities. So Canadians just Canadians say that please divert your course. It's a situation between Navy ships and on the phone between their authorities. It's in the just imagine situation. It's in the sea. Canadians talk this. Please divert your course 15 degrees to the south to avoid a collision. Americans answer, recommend you divert your course 15 degrees to the north to avoid a collision. So everyone stays on this point. I don't want to understand each other. So don't want to listen and understand. There's lack of listening and understanding. And watch further. Canadians say negative. You will have to divert your course 15 degrees to the south to avoid a collision. Americans answer, this is the captain of the United States Navy ship. I say again, divert your course. Canadians, no, I say again, divert your course. And then Americans say this is the aircraft carrier USS Lincoln, the second largest ship in the United States fleet. We're accompanied by 3 destroyers, 3 cruisers, and numerous support vessels. I demand that you change your course 15 degrees north. I say again, this is 15 degrees north, and countermeasures will be taken to ensure the safety of this ship. And Canadians answer, this is a lighthouse, your call. So, and we can say that bad listening leads to misunderstanding of the 2 parties, and there can be something misunderstanding and some confusion like this in this anecdote. What you can say about listening? Benefits of good listening. So learning new things. Of course, when you listen, you change information and you learn new things which you haven't known until this situation. You develop better understanding. So you're trying to understand your partner or partners, and you understand his points of view. You, when you listen good, you understand your point of view even better. You are able to make better decisions, and you're able to saving time, of course. All right. Then let's. What can be barriers to listening? Lack of interest, of course, it leads to lack of interest leads to misunderstanding. It leads to we're not have a good listening. You lose this interest. You lose this understanding of the other person, the position of the other person. Distracting delivery, noise or other distractions, attitude. So of course, when we have this negotiation process, be not good when we have barriers to this, to listening the other partners. They can be more of them, but we just the most enormous of them. They're just a lack of interest, some distractions, attitude towards each other between partners. Then, what can I say the tips for active listening? You must pay attention to what the other person is talking. You must show that you are listening, because when the other is understand that you are not listening, just talking, and you don't have interest in their questions, answers, it will not also be good as it should to be. You must show that you understand, of course. And if you're not understanding, you just re-question. You just please ask another questions, ask similar questions, ask questions in different ways, or just show that you interested in you. If you're not understand, maybe because of language barrier, because of something missing some points, but you are not be shy to re-question again if you're not understanding something. You must allow the speaker to finish. Of course, when the person is speaking, you must not interrupt him, and you allow him to finish at least his point of view, or at least his thought. And then you just can just ask if something you don't understand. Provide feedback. Of course, providing feedback mechanism, it's just this forth and backward questions. And when you're nurse speaking and there no feedback, it's hard to you're not understanding. Other people listen to you, the partner is listening to you or not, or does he understand you or not? When providing feedback, You can balance positive and negative. Be specific and non-judgmental. Provide suggestions and guidance, and be timely. Of course, when it's negotiation process, we must think of questions can be, and questions on the project must take the balance between positive and negative. And so when you're providing feedback, you just in the speech you have to be specific and non-judgmental. So try not to judge some the others' opinions. You just you talk about your own opinion, and you just express your own opinion, and you're just trying to understand what the other person is meaning. So judgmental question, judgmental position only ruins the whole negotiation. Provide suggestions and guidance. Of course, when something you're not understanding or something you're not agree with, you provide suggestion, or even if you're agreed with everything, you provide additional information, additional suggestions, some guidance, some strategy, some points, some tips, and whatever. Be timely. So of course, time is our main resource, and if we have these negotiations some time, we just will try to speak in this time, and not to trying to say what we have to say, and resolve our problems in this time, if it's possible. If it's not possible, we just delay some problems on the other day, the other time. But we must show that we have respect to the others' time also. When receiving feedback, so we must may ask for the feedback. It's better for us to listen and not argue. Trying to not argue is a very good for very good position for every partner or business partner in this discussion. So you can ask for advice or improvements. If you can suggest your own something, your own decisions, you not only to show respect to your partner, you will ask for advice or improvements, but you really can get some information and can get some advice or some different point of view, some different opinion, which can be better than your own, and or he will say his own opinion, and you will together come to mutual some decision of some situation, and it will improve not only negotiations, it will improve your strategy, your communication, your relationships, your business partnership. Summarizing what you heard. Of course, when you're just coming to the end of your negotiations, you can just summarize what has been discussed, what you have heard, what has hurt your partner, and what everyone, how every one of you is have a vision of some this problem situation and some improvements or some decision. And of course, so to summarize, to not to retalk, but some summarizing, but make conclusions, make some important tips, important key achievements, maybe, so we can say key achievements, maybe some point achievements, some details. You can just hold on some details, and or to take for them another negotiation process in a different time, or just you can if both partners have time at the same time or some interesting question, they can just continue to talk on this matter just right at the same time. Right. Okay. All right. I just show you something. I is the this presentation, let's talk about this slide, and that's strategies for success. Then it's just additional tips, but this can be on some maybe webinars, and I will show you that also. Not just repeat and make conclusion and just making this knowledges more strong. Let's see about this on this slide. So what other steps or what can be the questions when we conduct negotiations? We have to we can invent our options for the mutual gain. So we can see on this slide that's these 4 steps. We at first we're just analyzing the problem. So we can see on the whole problem and what's wrong in the real world. We just so we look on this situation and what is wrong with this problem. Is it a problem anyway? Maybe it's not a so good problem. And then comes to the analysis. Step 2. What's theoretically is wrong? What theoretically is wrong with this situation? Maybe something is in theory. So we just thinking about what is potentially theoretically is wrong. Then step 3, approaches, and what might be done in theory. What could be if something we can do on this whole point. What every partner in this business communication can do on this point, or what we can do together. What might be at first, what might be done, and then in practical way, what could be done, what we could do. So it's step 4, action ideas. After the whole this process, when we see the problem, we analyze these positions, and then we analyze approaches which can be taken theoretically in this whole situation, and then we just propose our action ideas, and we can implement them in practical way, in real world, so in my discuss, so say in practice. This is the whole process, negotiation process. Please, I think it's all right for today. Maybe it's other slides will just to the next time to talk about maybe some information will be on webinar, and just to something to make our knowledge more stronger, to repeat them. But maybe on the whole, this information, maybe please, dear students, maybe you have some questions, maybe you have something you misunderstood. How the organizations go about formulating and effectively communicating their vision. All right, so I can see that and the concept strategic management. How do organizations go about formulating and effectively communicating their vision and mission? What impact do the statements have on shaping the strategic decisions and overall performance of the organization? So please, more shortly. All right. Just please, one second. All right, and when they formulate, so please, if there's questions, I will just make them shorter for 2 questions. We talked about strategic management and formulate communicating vision. So I think that when they then the in communication process, the whole parties of this negotiation process. I think that when they have these meetings, they have these whole different medias. So to understand the whole vision and each other, they understand each other. They see their goals, their vision of the problem, of course, and not just they talking about this vision. They can make some presentations, then make some different, so to say, which can medias, some phones, maybe some printed materials, and maybe some audio materials. So they include in this process, for better understanding the whole this situation, they attract the whole media they can, so for better understanding and to show as they maybe you have seen in this maybe if you were on some not online but offline conferences, and when you have who were in these meetings, they know that how they in the whole this office they show some on the blackboard, they show on these different ways to not just for this for the photos, for just for something for himself, they just they present this information, they try to get this information to every person who is in this meeting for better understanding. So it's better to show than one. So somebody has said that one picture is showing 1,000 words. So it's better to show this, not just to talk about this. Just talking, it's just we're something listening, and most of this information we might forget, even in 10 minutes, in one day, in several days. But when we see something, it just pictured in our mind, and we just we can just remember this and this, and we might, when we use our eyes, our not only our ears, we're not listening, but we just see when we use our eyes, and this we perceive this information through different our on different levels of our feelings, and especially as you say that so to say that connection between eyes and the brain is much more stronger when ears and brain. So what we see, we this remember and recollect this more easily from our mind when what we hear. So of course this is decisions they making with this whole this media in on every negotiation. And then question, thanks for the questions. And then again, another, how can the alignment between the vision and vision contribute to the development of alignment? So when you have in alignment this vision, so it's a perception of the whole the problems which they face, which partners face on some point. So being in alignment, I would like to say that it's being perceptive to the whole, have this perceptive information, have this information through you. You understand, and you understand what you want. You understand what the other persons want out of this project, what they want from each other. So, and when we, of course, this perception to this when we perceive information, and we have this contribute to development. What do you mean this? To contribute to the development and execution of successful strategic initiatives. So to develop, and when you have practice, and when you have the whole problem which we face, we must to take this through ourselves. And if every person is interested in this problem, we're just when we're in negotiating process, we're just analyzing. Whenever we have this intention to analyze, to understand problems, to understand weaknesses, opportunities, and of course, it's the whole complicated process. They to write down this strategy, this to manage, of course, this whole points. It's just they even write this plan for several negotiations, of course, and this will be negotiations, and maybe every week, maybe again and again, and then for the one point at one time, of course, because everything to make good and better, it's very difficult, complicated. So just what role statements play in the sense of purpose and direction among employees. So among employees, so like I said, that is what I have shown you just for every employees. I think they must be knowledgeable of this information. I think they must perceive this information and think of it. At least think of it. Maybe they are possessing everything from this. Maybe they not. Maybe they will. It will get them some hint, or some thought will arise in their heads, which they must have the direction to. Maybe they just will, if they and somebody of them understand, yes, that's good, but I would like to make out of this maybe some other hints, or maybe some additional hints. Maybe they can search, because there are too many tips for theoretical tips, but everything this is coming into practice. It's better when they have practice. All right. Do we have any more questions?
Okay, thank you for answering. I think we don't have no more question again from the student, Miss.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, cool. So end this visiting lecture program because yeah. Okay, thank you so much for the sharing your knowledge, Miss. Before I close this event, for all participants, please open your camera. Okay, I will take a picture on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you for your keen cooperation. Finally, we come to the end of visiting lecture today. We would like to say to Miss Margarita for the wonderful information, and thank you for sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for all participants. At least we hope to have more collaboration in the future with University Custom and Finance. For the visiting lecture for today and here, we hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you so much for all participants. Thank you and goodbye.